Всіх вітаю, добрий день, колеги. І сьогодні наш вебінар, який ми зазвичай проводимо по середах. Сьогодні четвер, сьогодні ми трошки змінили графік. І сьогодні я хочу представити вам пані Дженніфер. Вона є представником е, приватного заповідника, який розташований в Замбії. І це дуже гарне місце. У них є своє розміщення, тому сьогодні ми більш детально познайомимося з цим продуктом, чим він може бути вам цікавий. Я маю на увазі агентів, які зацікавлені продавати Африку. І, можливо, це відео також може бути корисним мандрівникам, туристам, які планують свою подорож до Африки і хотіли б дізнатися цікаві, маловідомі українцям секретні суперлокації. Так? Я переходжу на англійську мову, щоб ми продовжили спілкування. Презентація буде англійською мовою. Я передаю слово моїй колезі. Dear Jennifer, we welcome you today. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your information about your product. So the stage is yours. I'm gonna give you your host rights and you can switch on your presentation. I guess we will manage it within half an hour, right? Yeah.
Okay, Nadia, all right, perfect, lovely. Well, today I'm going to be representing Lolelunga Private Reserve. This is in Zambia, and just a little bit of introduction on Lolelunga. It's a private reserve, and it is a conservation success story in the making. It opened its doors now in August this year. And it is the first fully fenced private reserve in Zambia with the Lunga River, which is a perennial river, which means it runs all through the year, forms part of our boundary. Now, most importantly, why do you want to come to Zambia? Zambia is a landlocked country. However, it has an abundance of water resources. So lots of rivers. It's very much that authentic, it's wild, it's unforgettable, extraordinary wildlife encounters, expert guiding, and a very big one, it's crowd-free. You don't have the mass crowds that you have in other areas. And Zambia traditionally is actually a priced right market. It hasn't overpriced itself due to demand. And activities, you always are having the opportunity of doing water as well as land activities. And for me, it's about under the radar luxury and the warmth of Zambia. So that is why Zambia needs to be put onto every itinerary. Okay. So where did it actually begin with Lolelunga? Various communities lived off our land. They poached, they logged, they did dynamite fishing in the Lunga River, and that actually resulted in an ecological devastation of both the land and the actual river. And so basically our owner took over this land, and really what started as a dream became a vision, and with extensive research and deep commitment, he has restored this land to its natural state and it's really taken on a new ecosystem. Right. So where are we and how do you get to us? So Lolelunga is 30 kilometers north, which is 19 miles north of the largest national park in Zambia called the Kafue National Park. You would fly into us, so you would charter with us, and we do have charter schedules, which is on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. So in your rates, you will see that you've got a seat charter package, right? And the flight between Lusaka and Lolelunga takes roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes. Our guest areas are all open planned because we really want to invite the Lunga River into our guest spaces. We run a halal kitchen. However, we do serve alcohol, and we serve a choice of dining options. So be it a family-style dining, individual plated dining, bush dinners, bomas, barbecues, or what we call in Africa, the African braai. Our pool deck and our outdoor spaces are all built on the Lunga River. So we are 30,000 hectares, which is 74,000 acres. And we are nestled along the banks of the Lunga River. So we've got 24 kilometers shoreline, which is 15 miles. And we've got 13 kilometers of river frontage, which is 8 miles. So the whole lodge is built on the actual river. One of our favorite spots is our Ngoma sleepout. This is a special experience. This is about sleeping under the stars. We have one Ngoma deck, and our guests can either book it with you at time of booking, or we can arrange that during the guest stay as a one-night experience. So it's about having a private little dinner and sleeping under the stars and waking up in the morning above the canopies of the trees and listening to the birds and the wildlife coming alive. So this is a really really great activity, and this is an activity that we don't actually charge for. Then we talk about our accommodation. We can accommodate 14 guests, either in our king rooms. We've got 3 king rooms. We've got 2 junior suites, and we've got a family suite. We allow children from all ages. So all ages of children can come through to Lolelunga. So all the rooms look identical. The difference is that in the junior suites, you have a larger deck area or veranda area, and you also have the hammock. The layout of the rooms, as you can see, are all with the river. And then our family suite has got 2 bedrooms that interlead into a lounge. So it makes an ideal spot for families or friends traveling. In the other bedrooms, we are able to put in an extra single bed if families have to share, with smaller children. So we can do that for the guests if they don't want to take the family unit. And then this is the picture of your family unit and then your family pool. So you've got an exclusive pool. So it's almost like you have your own African villa in the reserve. Okay. Then we talk about our amenities. Our amenities include a fully equipped gym, a spa with twin treatment beds. Again, it's all about bringing that river and back into your space. And it's about having a a cup of coffee in your bedroom as that river floats by, listening to the animals or watching whatever animals are coming down to drink. We also offer a floating breakfast or lunch, which is a really unique experience of having a breakfast or lunch while you are floating along the Lunga River. So we have fishing and canoeing, boating, as well as game drive activities. So in your fishing, you have things like your tilapia, large mouth, small mouth. You've got the tiger fish, and the water is very, very clear. So when you are on the water, be it that you're canoeing or you're on the boat or you're doing fishing, you actually can see you can actually see the fish swimming around. Okay. Then your game activities are game drives as well as our walking safaris. Okay. So our rewilding project has taken place over a period of 4 years. So over 4 years, 4.5 years, our owner has been rewilding. And we first rewilded all the prey animals. So that is your animals like your Satatunga, which is our logo, our red eland, our pukus, our bucks. And then we've moved on to the larger animals. So you've got your lion, your buffalo, your elephants, all on the reserve. And as I say, it's taken the rewilding process, has taken over 4 years to actually do. And we are continuously rewilding. How the rewilding process works is that we only go for the animal that should be in the location. So if the DNA traces back to these specific animals were originating in this area, those are the animals we've put in. So you're not going to find animals that should not be found in this specific area. Your bird life is second to none. You've got the most amazing bird life. And we've got experienced guides that can actually go out with guests and do birding with them. Our bushwalks are also a great way to really learn about the land. We have a rewilding manager on property. So the guests that are interested in the rewilding process of what we've actually done and what we're doing can actually speak to him and go out with him on a rewilding exercise to understand what we do and how do we manage the animals on property, etc. Bearing in mind that we are 30,000 hectares, so we are a very large reserve. And we also have introduced cheetah. Now, cheetah in Zambia has not really taken off because they keep getting killed. We are very fortunate to say that our rewilding exercise for cheetah has gone extremely well. And so with that success, the back of that success, we are now going to be the first place that you're going to have black rhino that roam free in Zambia. So as the rains start coming in now in December, we will start, the process is that these rhino will start coming into us. They come in from South Africa, but they're the right, they've got the right DNA to be in this specific area, and they will be roaming free. So this is a big plus as to why to come to us, because you can't see rhino typically in Africa because of poaching. All right, now I'm going to take you through on a little video that shows you the beauty of Lolelunga. So it's really a beautiful location. It's that river speaks for itself. The family suite that I spoke to you about, which is almost like your own little villa, and that beautiful Lunga River. That is our floating breakfast that I spoke to you about. The walking safaris that we do as well. And Lolelunga is brought to you by the Zambia Luxury Lodge Collection. This is our owner's sales and marketing arm. Thank you so much for your time, and any questions, I'm here to answer.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I do have several questions for you.
Good.
I want to ask about seasonality because we know that Zambia sometimes lodges are closing
Correct,
for
yes.
rain season. Do you have
Correct.
this as well?
Yes, so we operate from the 10th of May every year through to the 12th of November every year. and then the lodge closes for the rains.
So now, basically, in 1 week, you will be closing down.
Yes.
Okay. Another question. Another question is for mosquitoes, because when people sleep out, or even they are staying, relaxing on their terrace, is there a lot of mosquitoes because the river is close? So we need to understand how it is. And do you,
Okay.
I think you don't require malaria medication,
Okay,
or
so
you do? Tell me about
okay.
this.
Zambia is a malaria area. Doesn't matter where in
Malaria
Zambia
area.
you are, is a malaria. Zambia is a malaria, declared a malaria country. We do, however, spray excessively. We do spray around the property. We also do have all the citronella candles. We do have your mosquito nets in the bedrooms as well as at the Ngoma deck. So we do put your mosquito nets down so that the mosquitoes don't irritate you while you're sleeping. But as I say, Zambia is a malaria area. Where we are, we've got where we are in the north, our weather is not as hot, humid, and as dry as what you would get in the Zambezi or the South Luangwa. So while we absolutely have mosquitoes, we may not have the climate is not it's manageable, if I may say. But absolutely, Zambia is malaria. It doesn't matter where, even in the town, in the center, Lusaka, it's still a malaria area.
Because many people try to skip the medications before, but
Yes.
do you recommend to do this, like obligatory or not?
It's purely the client's preference. I personally have never taken malaria medicine, ever. It doesn't matter if I'm in Botswana or where. You've got to be very careful when you take that medicine because it can sometimes interact with other medicines.
Yeah.
But it is up to the health professional and the client to make that call.
Yeah. Definitely, you need to see the doctor to recommend you this.
Absolutely decide, yes, to decide. Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you must drink lots of gin and tonic because the tonic water has got a lot of quinine in. And the quinine, mosquitoes don't like quinine. So that's why the excuse is to start drinking gin and tonics early on.
Okay. This is a good thing to know. What else? Children age we discussed, like any age, seasonality. I would also ask you to share with me the video, the fact sheets, and the rates as well. We will spread the information with our agents. We will do I'm planning that we also will do a separate post in our social media talking about your property. And we will stay in touch if there will be any requests for Zambia. Шановні колеги, дякую вам за увагу. Я сподіваюся, що вам було це корисно, і ви дуже надихнулись, так само, як і я, цим заповідником приватним, і також лоджем, який вони мають в своєму користуванні. Це дуже фантастичне місце. Я думаю, що ви також побачили, наскільки воно прекрасне, воно зелене, багато тварин, звірів. Ось, і сам лодж виглядає просто чудово. Тому залишаємось на зв'язку. Якщо у вас виникають запити по вашим бронюванням до Африки, будь ласка, звертайтесь, ми будемо раді вам допомогти. Дякую вам за увагу.